So first of all, I've always wanted to ask, and I've always wanted to ask my pastors, how did you find this church, right? If they are in a branch that was, there when they started, or if they started the church, how did you found this church, right? It's always something that I've always wanted to know from my local pastors. In the comment section below, let us know if this is something that you're always curious about as well. But that's my first question for today. How did you bump into God's Favorite House? What's your journey with the church?
Interesting. So thank you for asking. I think many of us have, I'm actually currently studying theology, and we talk about the journey between awakening and actual conversion. And sometimes you confuse the moment you became aware of your need for Christ to your actual day that you were born again. So for me, I think I became aware of my need for Christ when I was younger, but I kind of walked away from the Lord. I went to university. I started living a life which was really not Christian. Then one day, my friend invited me to church. We were going to a church that was called Antioch. And while on our way to a church called Antioch, they happened to meet at the same venue with what I later found to be God's Favorite House. While we were on our way to Antioch, we got lost in the venue. And somehow, somewhere, God had it ordained that we would end up in this church called God's Favorite House. I served there for about 2 years, 3 years, and a shift happened, and I literally overnight went from being in the choir to being the pastor of the church.
So you literally bumped into God's Favorite House?
Literally.
You weren't even looking for it?
No, not at all. I didn't know they existed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I wandered in there young, looking for God.
Yeah.
And I really grew, and I enjoyed the family structure that the church had. It was a small church at the time in Cape Town, and really they were involved in your life. So all those brides I was going to with my friend, all those outings, I was now doing stuff with the church. And all of a sudden, I was now that person who was planted in a church. That's how that happened.